Beautiful sunny day today. Some hazy skies, but it's kind of interesting. There's some roundness to it. Some waves. So that is either a contrail that got gusted sideways, although that's pretty extreme. I'm kind of thinking maybe something went up or down there. Kind of see a spot there, the circle there. Just now noticed that. A little bit of crescent moon there. I cannot see. Hopefully that catches it. I suppose the kind of upshot of having any kind of official government disclosure of UAPs and such is that you can see weird shit like that and be like, you know, maybe there's a rational explanation for it besides me being crazy, because I'm not fucking crazy. So, working on a lawn for the project. This is my current thing. I'm going to show you everything that I got done today. Well, not yesterday, the day before. The weather didn't really allow. I've cut out all of the grass around the orchids here. These are all orchid plants, so hopefully some of them grow more. And unfortunately, kind of somehow clipped that. I don't remember it being anywhere near what I was doing, but all I was using was a pair of scissors. So yeah, I did that. I mowed down this section here, cut down kind of to the tree line a little bit more here. I'm avoiding some of these grapevines because I'm just going to kind of, once I get everything else cleared here, I think there's going to be places I can put trellises for these vines. And I'm going to have more grapes than I know what to do with. I might actually be able to make some large batches if I can find a supplier of bottles. So anyways, took the mower on down here. Eventually a lot of this stuff will get done too, but I got a serious brush clearing to do, and I don't have the wood chipper yet, so that stuff kind of waits. I'm basically getting what I can with the brush cutter blade on the trimmer and the lawnmower. So anyways, I kind of just got down. I didn't even go all the way to the, like you can, that's actually where I stopped. And I kind of went up to here to this bit here. I'm not trying to walk all the way down there, but there's kind of a little bit of path been mowed there and everything on the sides. A lot of this stuff here, basically you get cut down and you're going to have grass and wildflower come back up more than anything else. But there's a lot of little stumpies, and I'm having to drill those out, I think. So I want to show some other stuff here, and then I'm going to pause it and walk up to the end of the driveway and show that part with the drilling. It's about 3:15 in the afternoon right now, and I've been at this since about 12:15, taking breaks off and on. At my age, I have to do that, and it sucks. So, whatever these are, I've been making some really beautiful flowers, but they're also just sprawling. Don't know what's going on, so I decided to come and take a look. So what I did was I clipped the tomato cage and fit these around. Some of these are real tricky to work with. Oop, there we go. So I decided to stop, take tobacco break, get some Gatorade, and I was like, oh, I'll shoot the video now. So I gotta get another one of these, get it cut. I'm gonna trim down some of these here, and these other remaining ones that are up, a couple of large ones here, I'm gonna be able to put into another cage right next to, and I'm gonna have a nice bush. I don't know if these are multiflora rose or something else. They are extremely thorny, like a rose. So maybe that's a wild rose. I don't know. They don't look like a rose to me. Now these over here, as far as I know, this is the multiflora rose. Very obvious nightshade leaves. course, I could be wrong, but, and as you can see, a very different thorn. And anytime in these videos you see these broad leaves like this, these are all grapes. Everywhere around here there's grapevines coming up, and if I find ones that are in a good convenient spot with some sunlight, if I trim some branches like these little guys here all got to go. All these smaller ones, these are all offshoots of this large ash tree, and this is one of the ones that the bugs get at the bark, so I'm going to get rid of a lot of these smaller ones. It's also going to cut down or lower some grapevines, because that's what all of this is. And I'm going to see if I can't cut some of this back, depending on how much of these are still alive. And I've got a lot to learn about grapes yet, but I'll be working on getting trellises for anything that's going to be out in the sun enough that I can get about a 5 to 8 foot length of trellis and get some grapes. Moving over to here. Oh, see, grapes. Now, if I can train that to come out this way and cut some of this, then we get a nice place where grapes will come out right there. So these are I believe these are the raspberries. These are the wine berries. You can see by the leaves, they're different. I could be mistaken here. Oh, of course, lots of poison ivy's got to come out of there too. But anyways, yeah, so we got 2 kinds of leaves, 2 kinds of berries. Bugs are going nuts. Over here we got more of these, which everyone's saying that they are not hemp, so I guess they're not hemp, even though it totally still smokes like hemp. There is CBD there. Oh, allergies. So anyways, yeah, there's quite a bit of berries going on here. I got some other stuff to clip out in between. And I'm going to kind of clear the way around these as well so that I have access to them. And if I can get some rose hips, if I can help these roses thrive, I will. And I've seen them before, so I know that they come out. And then I've got there's some spots back here that end up getting mowed over, I think, once they get kind of brush cleared and cut out. Then I'll have access to the front and back of all these vines. So as you can see, the stuff I did previously, I'm probably going to end up getting some of that today. Maybe, maybe not. Last time I mowed, kind of got down there a little bit, and then I decided to go in and do some brush clearing and cutting. So as you can see, a lot of stuff's been cut down. Shouldn't really be too much in the way of honeysuckles in this zone right here. And this will eventually get cleared once I get the wood chipper. I got some black walnut branches to trim back as well. Got hickory trees back in here. That's what that one is. That's what that light colored one is. So we got black walnut. We got hickory. We also got white walnut, whatever these jagged leaf trees are. I have no idea. I have to find out. This is the non-invasive honeysuckle. Elongated blade-shaped leaves, but it's in all other ways still a honeysuckle. That could probably actually be trimmed back a bit. So that's kind of what I've been at, as weather permits, leisurely making my way through. But I've also adjusted my sleep schedule so that I'm kind of getting to bed way earlier and getting up way earlier so I can get started way earlier. But anyways, yeah, so I got things like that I'm doing, kind of clearing out the grass line, getting rid of anything that isn't a productive fruit-bearing or flowering plant. Trying to get rid of invasives. Got things like this that are going to need cut. All of these branches here. So that means this thing here, this whole branch is toast. Yeah, honestly, I could probably just cut that one out since that's what that is. I'm trying to keep them from growing on each other. When they don't do that, they're healthier. And as you can see, I got trees that have fallen on their own that need cleared. Got this big old monstrous box maple. Something's going to have to happen to that eventually. This light gray in the center here is a box maple that also needs to come out. These ones over here, my mom planted. I think those are birch of some type. They're not really, they're kind of local, but they're not really invasive either. There's a few of them spreading here and there. I got a couple of them by the up by the vehicles. So, and there's this rainfall that we've had. Look at this absolutely enormous. This is the greater burdock. Look at how, I mean, seriously. I think this tree is dying and they're fertilizing off of it, but it's also sprouting out emergency runners. But that leaf right there is like, that's a good almost 3 feet, like 2.5 to 3 feet right there. And this is the same thing here. See exactly how big that is. Just huge, absolutely huge. And I got to go through and I got to get rid of all this little crappy stuff. And the other thing I'm doing as I go through my woods and stuff is anywhere that these creepers are going up trees, I'm cutting them off. Trying to keep the creepers off so the trees are healthy. This looks like another mulberry, so yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of mulberry trees. Gonna try and promote the hickories, and like I said, I don't know exactly what these sawtooths are. They're not hickory. I don't know what they are. So anyway, so I'm gonna pause this and walk up to the top and show you something else. While I'm on the way, got things like this guy going. I got to figure out how I'm going to bridge that across over to here. I really ought to just build a trellis, and I'm going to at some point, so that this can kind of go up and over. That is 2 different types of grapes growing really close to each other. A trellis is going to get made there. I'm going to start with kind of a temporary trellis, almost like a sawhorse setup, until they grow big enough that I can install proper like fence post and guy wires. But right now that's really not, I don't think that's something I'm going to do just yet. These friggin', most of these little bright greens that are popping up in there are looks like they're box maple, so that's got to be dealt with. 3 crews came through and cleared the way for all the lines. Asked them to leave all of my Siberian elm branches, so they did. And you can see they really mangled something over there. All right, so what I've been doing here is where some of these are at, I'm just drilling all the way down until I hit soil all the way through, so that the entire root ball will rot from the inside out and these will die. And anywhere else that they're smaller, I'm just going to keep cutting them back. It's going to be a long summer doing all of this, but it's going to look amazing by the fall. So I got several over here. This guy's there, going down in. Drilling down in. Ooh, looks like an owl. Drilling down in. So that's kind of the thing. The problem is that the battery on my drill goes out pretty quick. I can run it, get a few holes cut with the regular drill, or I can run it on a hammer drill and get a few holes cut. So slowly but surely making my way. And the next thing I think I'm going to do with the mower, eventually I need to get this stuff here, but I'm going to go get some of this things cut too first. I only do so much, but I can get some boundaries made around the woods, cut through the brush, start relocating some of this stuff over here as it starts to grow back. And again, just drilling when we can. It's probably just about time for the battery to be recharged. I can go hit some more of those. Maybe I'll go on that end and start. But yeah, there's a lot of them little stumps in there too. It's going to take a minute to get through them all. Oh, big, what is that, woodpecker? That was a big bird. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Car projects are going to be in the works here shortly too. Nothing particular on the Classic, but the Buick, I think I'm going to start making some strides on. Now I got a little more time. It's kind of a balance between what I want to do. Some days I really just feel like cutting at some grass, working on the property. But anyways, the vacation period of changing in my life here is over. So now it's kind of more to figuring out what I'm going to do every day, and should be getting more productive as time goes on too. But anyways, yeah, so I'm beating back the wild, taking care of anything that needs cultivated. It's going to be kind of parked out when I get done with it. You can see here it's pretty jungle-like. And it will be less of that after a while here. By this time next year for sure. So anyways, that's what I got.